What's up, guys? Kelly McKay here, aka HVAC Millionaire, right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and leave me a comment below. I want to talk about having a sense of urgency, because I think it gets misconstrued. I think that it's not what you might think it is. So having a sense of urgency, for instance, on a service call, is not rushing through the service call. But there are parts of the service call that we can hurry through because they're insignificant. You know, for instance, getting your hose out to wash a condenser and then putting your hose away. Those are all insignificant. Like it has to be done. We have to do it, but it's insignificant. So when we're doing those things, there has to be a sense of urgency. Every trip back to our truck, a sense of urgency. Anytime where we're not directly facing, talking to a customer, or working on the unit, or diagnosing the unit, everything in between, all of those things has to have a sense of urgency to it. Also presenting, I guess, you would want to slow down when you're presenting and when you're having conversations with the customer, so I'll add that in there. So anytime we're forward facing the customer, we want them to have a spotlight on them, to know that they're important. When is the last time somebody made you feel important? And when they did make you feel important, how did you feel? You know, if you had to describe the emotion that happened within you because somebody made you feel important, you know, maybe your spouse got you something that was genuine and authentic and took thought for them to find this particular gift that they gave you. Or when you're taken extra special care of at a restaurant or anywhere where there's customer service and somebody really, really took good care of you, how did you feel? Most people makes them pretty happy. Well, think of that every time you're with your customer. If you can make them feel important, then they're going to be pretty happy with you. And when that happens, you can make a mistake, and it doesn't even matter. When you present a price, it dissipates because they're so happy, they're so unbelievably blown away from the level of service that you provided and how important you made them feel. Those things tend to dissipate. They don't hold as much weight. So when was the last time that you made somebody feel that way? When was the last time that you put the spotlight on the customer? When was the last time that you had a sense of urgency about you in business, on a service call, doing the insignificant things that must be done? You know, they're still part of the process. They're still important. But they're also urgent. They're important and urgent. So think about the things that are typically what we think of as when you look at like the time matrix and you look at how we should be spending most of our time on the important, not urgent stuff. Well, having a conversation with the customer is incredibly important. It's not urgent. So if you break down a service call that way, using the time matrix that Stephen Covey talks about in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I think is where he mentions that. I'm currently reading that book. It's an incredibly important part of the service call, right? Having conversations with the customer. So if we can make them feel important more so than we're currently doing, we provide a different experience. And that different experience is actually what separates you from the competition. If you're doing the same thing that everybody else does, and you make people feel the same way that everyone else does, there's no separation, and you become a commodity. And when you become a commodity, then they think they can go get the same thing anywhere else, because that's just what they think it is. So you've got to do something, be somebody who set yourself, which will set your company above and beyond other people in your market. and then you'll start to gain market share. But market share is important and everything, but don't focus on market share. Focus on profit. Focus solely on profit. You have to be profitable, or your message cannot be sustained. Your service cannot be sustained. It takes money to run a business, and there has to be a fair exchange. You've got to make enough money to continue to want to and enjoy providing the service that you provide. Because if there isn't a fair exchange, then you quickly will begin to resent your business. You'll start resenting customers when it's not their fault. It's all within your control. So control what you can control and provide a better service. Set yourself up above and beyond everyone else, and go crush it in your market. Go make money. Boom.